Welcome to Hot Lap News, your weekly F1 fix. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a lap. A podium for Charles Leclerc. A solid fourth place for Lewis Hamilton. On paper, a great weekend for Ferrari at the Austrian Grand Prix. Maybe even their strongest team result of the season. But if you look beyond the lap times, the story the Red Bull Ring told us is far more complex and far more concerning. Hamilton's race wasn't a battle against Red Bull or McLaren. It was a war against the soul of his own car. And that fight raises an unsettling question. What's happening to Lewis Hamilton? The answer may lie in a growing identity crisis between the greatest driver of his generation and a machine he simply can't tame. Welcome back to Hot Lap News. If you're a true F1 fan looking for fact-based, in-depth analysis, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's break this one down. To understand Hamilton's struggle, we need to understand the battleground and the weapon in his hands. What did the long-awaited Ferrari upgrade actually deliver? The driver's words give us a clue. Hamilton called the weekend a mega step forward, and Leclerc said the team maximized its potential. That tells us something clear. The new floor, part one of Ferrari's major upgrade plan, brought real performance gains and better correlation with the simulator. But that's only half the story. The other half, the warnings between the lines. Hamilton admitted he had brake issues from lap 1 and had to manage the car rather than attack. He described a balance that was very difficult. Understeering at low speeds and unstable at high speeds. Leclerc, meanwhile, said he still had to manage a lot of lift and coast. In simple terms, Ferrari delivered a faster car, but one still fundamentally flawed. And this is where the focus shifts to the man in the cockpit. Because what Austria exposed wasn't just about the car. It was about a disconnection between machine and driver. Why is a 7-time world champion struggling so much in a car that just took his teammate to the podium? The answer lies in a fundamental clash of driving philosophies. Let's break it down. Charles Leclerc thrives in a car with a loose rear end. He has a rare talent for rotating the car with the throttle, using controlled oversteer to point the front end exactly where he wants it. It's a karting-forged, instinctive, aggressive style, refined within the Ferrari ecosystem. Lewis Hamilton, on the other hand, built his Mercedes dynasty on the back of a car that was planted, stable, and predictable at the rear. That stability allowed him to focus fully on precision, braking later, carrying more speed into corners. His driving is methodical, calculated, surgical. Now, he's in a Ferrari that fights against all of that. And the incompatibility came to light in one revealing quote after the race. "When I slide the rear, I get massive degradation." Let that sink in. The exact technique that works for Leclerc, rotating the rear, is toxic for Hamilton. His brain and muscle memory, honed over a decade to feel grip a certain way, are now being asked to operate in reverse. Every time the rear slides, his instincts kick in, trying to correct it, and that overcorrection leads to overheating and tire destruction. He's not just fighting the car, he's fighting his own reflexes. This stylistic mismatch leads to an even more dangerous problem for Hamilton's future at Ferrari. The risk of becoming a passenger in the team's development path. Here's how it works. F1 is driven by data. The engineers look at telemetry and see which driver and driving style is extracting more lap time from the car. Right now, that's Charles Leclerc. So naturally, the development direction will follow his needs. Every new part, every aerodynamic tweak might, unintentionally, make the car even more tailored to Leclerc, and even more difficult for Hamilton. It's not political. It's logical. Ferrari needs championship points. They'll chase whatever path brings those points fastest. This has happened before. When Carlos Sainz arrived at Ferrari, he too struggled to adapt to a car inherently built around Leclerc's style. It took him more than a season to recalibrate his instincts and for the team to find a balance. But Hamilton doesn't have that kind of time. He arrives with a weight of 7 titles and expectations of immediate results. So no, Austria wasn't a turning point for Hamilton. It was a public unveiling of a deeper problem. His battle isn't about a few tenths in qualifying. It's about redefining his identity as a driver inside a machine that speaks a different language. Ferrari's engineering team now faces a critical challenge, not just to bring upgrades, but to deeply understand what kind of car their star driver really needs. And they must do it fast. Next up is Silverstone, Hamilton's home turf. A high-speed track that demands balance, precision, and total confidence. If the same rear instability and braking issues appear there, this technical challenge could evolve into a full-blown narrative, and in Formula One, narratives are very hard to reverse. Ferrari's internal balance is fragile. On that scale lies Hamilton's dream of an 8th world title, and the legacy of the sport's most iconic team. So, what do you think? Can Hamilton adapt to Ferrari's DNA in time? Or must the team fundamentally change its car philosophy to suit their biggest star? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the dynamics between man and machine, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Hot Lap News, and turn on notifications. We'll see you on the next lap.